there, and welcome to Ignite News from Mohawk College. I'm Maria DeTeresa.
And I'm Emily Thompson. Fall is finally upon us, and you know what I'm excited for? Pumpkin spice lattes.
I like that. You know what I'm excited for? The Terry Fox Run. Let's take a look.
It's a beautiful day for the 21st annual Terry Fox Run here in Dundas. People of all ages gathered at the Dundas Driving Park for one of the thousands of runs in honor of Terry Fox.
It's for a good cause, and you should do it because he ran for us and we need to give back. My uncle, well, he's not really my real uncle, but he died of cancer, and I do it for him and to find a cure and for Terry.
Kathy Mega has been organizing this run for the past 6 years and tries to make the event as accessible as possible.
So we have lots of activities for the kids, from the little ones, the face painting, bouncy castle, to hockey, and we've got some crocodile tile activities today. So people of all levels, abilities, they do what they can, anywhere from 1K to 5K to even 2 loops. You can do 10K if you like.
This yearly event means different things to different people. Some have a personal connection to Fox's story, while others simply come out and support the cause.
My wife's an organizer, and I love to run. I think it's how it moves the community and brings the community together. I know it sounds a bit cliche, but you look around here and you can see it's working.
My mom took us out to see him because my brother, he lost his leg when he was 3. So she wanted us to go out and see what an amputee can do. It's a great way to support the community and just support, obviously, cancer research.
It was a great day for friends and family to come out and honor Terry Fox, a true Canadian hero. For Ignite News, I'm Sydney Vandervelde.
Wow, what a great turnout for even better cause.
It sure is. You know who else does a lot of work in the community? The Hamilton Tiger Cat cheerleaders. And actually, I got to hang out with them last week. Let's take a look.
Tigertown had some excitement Sunday afternoon as dancers got the opportunity to learn and dance alongside the Hamilton Tiger Cat cheerleaders. Girls were buzzing as they looked at the workshop's poster that led them straight to the dance studio. They were even greeted by a member of the cheer squad. While the ladies waited in line to register, cheer captain Carly Deli tells us what the workshop was all about.
We're hosting our first ever pop-up dance workshop. So a lot of the times people only get to see us on the field dancing with our pom-poms. It's a little bit different.
Tiger Cat fans may be surprised to know that the cheerleaders are capable of many different dance styles.
100% of the girls on the team are trained dancers. So we get to show you a little different side of us. We have a jazz funk class to start off, contemporary class, and then a hip hop heels class if you're so inclined to put on some heels.
The second half of the workshop had a softer feel. Third-year veteran Andrea Kranz led the dancers through a contemporary warm-up before teaching her routine. Although the workshop's main purpose was for the dancers to have fun, Kranz explains why the cheerleaders decided to host the event.
This workshop's just a little fundraiser just to help us get to the Grey Cup Festival that's at the end of the season. All the cheer teams get to go in the CFL, and it's like a big weekend festival, so we just want to do a little fundraiser just to help us get there.
The workshop also gave insight for dancers who aspire to become a Hamilton Tiger Cat cheerleader one day.
It's so awesome. I love just interacting with them and just showing them that, you know, we're just the same as them. They're trained dancers like us. They're where we were a couple years ago, so maybe they want to be a cheerleader someday. So it's really awesome to have this opportunity to help them and just have some fun.
Dancers left the event feeling inspired by the cheerleaders.
It makes me feel passionate because you see them giving everything they have and leaving it out on the field, and I think that's what separates them from all the other cheerleaders in the CFL.
If you're interested in dancing with the Hamilton Tiger Cat cheerleaders for a day, keep an eye out on their social media for when their next dance workshop will be. Reporting for Ignite News, I'm Emily Thompson.
Okay, so we're here in the control room where television students usually do their broadcasting. How cool would it be to actually produce a show?
Funny you say that. With the new partnership with the OUA and Mohawk, students get the opportunity to work on their own show and produce. What a great opportunity.
Wow, let's take a look.
Mohawk College is now partnered with the Ontario University Athletics for multimedia broadcast coverage of football games.
Media and entertainment students will be producing content that will be available on OUA TV as well as Cable 14. This will include the new TV series OUA in a Snap.
We try at Mohawk College to have our students learn by doing as much as possible. And in this case, they'll be learning literally while on the job and producing real content for a real organization, which just happens to include some of the best athletes in the country. So we think it's a fantastic partnership.
CEO of Ontario University Athletics, Gord Gray, spoke at the unveiling of the partnership about the benefits the OUA would get in return.
They're excited. I think student athletes will be excited too, because any more promotion that we can give them on their games, their accomplishments, they like that. Athletes want to perform, and so by giving them more of a showcase, it might attract more people to our games too, more followings, more viewers, things of this nature.
Journalism students Samantha Zeitz and Ethan Reddy were also present at the announcement to provide their thoughts on the future of the partnership.
Unlike my previous experiences with internships or volunteering or whatever it may be, this is going to give me that firsthand, on-camera experience, unlike, in-class experiences.
So, if you're in the mood for some OUA action, stay tuned to Cable 14, Thursday 9:30 a.m. and p.m. for the OUA in a Snap premiere. For Mohawk College Journalism, I'm Maria Di Teresa.
Earlier this year, Hamilton lost somebody you may not have heard of, but mattered a great deal to the community. Ignite News reporter Andre Billiald was there to film the life celebration of Edward Polanic.
We're so delighted that so many of you could join us this evening to remember, to pay tribute to, and to share some memories of a guy who truly left his mark on all of us, and most particularly this wonderful center and this community. Every year, no matter where he was in the world, Eddie would call me on my birthday. He always did. Some years, even when he was living in Panama, he would show up at my office in the middle of Toronto unannounced. He would just show up, hand me a birthday present, and then be gone just as quickly as that.
Edward Polanic was certainly a man for all seasons, a fine businessman, a wonderful and loving dad. He had a drive to seek out the next generation of ideas and deliver on them. He shared his talents with many, but mostly he was a man of great compassion for his community.
He was the toughest kid in the class, and why wouldn't he be tough? He grew up right here in the Keith neighborhood. You all know what Mohawk College means to this organization. He gave 8 full tuition scholarships. They were called the Frank and Eva Polanic Memorial Scholarships. I know how proud all of you are of him. And I know how proud his kids and his sister are.
I'm invited here today to speak with you on how the Eva Rothwell Center changed my life. I was once a little preschooler running around these halls of the building, and I've been involved with the programs ever since. This past semester, I was truly in financial need, and the Pathways to Education program granted me with a bursary that was more than enough for my tuition, which allowed me to continue my studies and receiving the Dean's List for both semesters of my programming. I would like to thank the Eva Rothwell Center. Thank you for shaping me into the young woman I am today and allowing me to celebrate the life of Edward. May we always remember the great work he did in this community, because if he didn't, I wouldn't have been the person I am today. Thank you.
Edward's legacy has been a part of every donation this center has received and will receive in the years ahead. For without someone like him stepping up in the very beginning, this center likely would not be here today. And we mean that. On behalf of the Board of Directors of the Eva Rothwell Center, Anne Marie and I are pleased to announce today that a wing in the center has been named in Ed's honor and will proudly display this plaque that honors Edward.
I know Edward would be so humbled that everyone took the time to celebrate his journey with him today. I was still hoping that this was all a bad dream and he would be joining us any minute now by parachute with his Navy SEAL team in hand. And his favorite one-liner, "That's why you pay me the big bucks." It's times like these that you replay and remember all the good memories. You try to forget any of the bad, and then you just laugh out loud about all the stories that you're not even allowed to talk about. There was always an adventure with a legendary Fast Eddie, aka Edward, Eduardo, EP, and Pa. If you truly knew Edward, you knew he was a kind soul who loved his 2 daughters dearly, always looked out for his sister Janet. He would give his shirt off his back for his friends far and near. You will never be forgotten, my friend, and you are forever in my heart. Thank you.
It was my pleasure to defend him against a very irate gondolier in Venice who claimed that he and his buddy, namely Steve Paikin, had pelted said gondolier with rotten fruit and or vegetables from their hotel window that overlooked a back canal. I knew these boys were guilty, but I figured I'd owed each of them at least one major favor, so we were able to settle on a cleaning bill instead of some other ridiculous Italian vendetta that the gondolier was demanding. Ed approached all of life with an amazing smile and chuckle, and I'm sure that he is doing likewise at the moment during these reminiscences. Brian Wiley. I remember when he turned 16 and he got his driver's license, he bought a truly old, beaten-up, disgusting, ugly car, and I will never forget the pride that Eddie demonstrated when he showed up with that new car, and it wasn't because it was such a beautiful car, trust me, it was not. But what Eddie's car did have that no other car in that parking lot did have was a bar. But I can still see his face absolutely beaming at how pleased he was that no, maybe he didn't have the fanciest car in that parking lot, but dang it, he did have the only car in that parking lot with a homemade bar in the glove box. And that was pretty cool. Just one of about 1,000 happy memories I have of my nearly 45 years with your dad and your brother.
I know that Edward is now in heaven, I have no doubts, and he's not in any more pain, and we will see him again when we all see him with his contagious smile.
Joining me now is Sam Hout. Hey, Sam.
Hey, what's up?
You know, Hamilton used to be known as Steel City, but the art scene is blowing up.
That's right, even here at Mohawk College.
Really? How?
Well, we offer courses in everything from animation, visual arts, graphic design, pretty much whatever you can think of.
And you know, you don't even have to come to college to be into the arts.
You're right about that. Take a look.
My name is Scott McDonald, and I'm a graffiti artist. I got into painting by, I traveled to see my friends in Florida, took the train there, and saw a lot of like trackside graffiti pieces, and it just kind of inspired me, and it went from there. I'll do like from tagging to, you know, throw-ups, pieces. We do productions. I'll do huge murals like the one on John Street, that parrots, that's 3 stories high. You know, I'm pretty versatile and I go across the board. This is like one of my pieces here. It's my friend Flown. Farther down is my friend Grief. So this is, we kind of took this whole wall over, and it's a temple back here, and the owners actually came outside to see what we were doing, because a lot of it was just like kind of garbage, and we showed him pictures of other stuff that we've done. He was like, okay, cool. Like, he was like, yeah, you guys can do it. So we got permission on the spot. Unfortunately, in the city of Hamilton, they started the Vandal Squad, I think, in 1996. And from that point on, like, the city just tried to choke out any kind of graffiti, which stifled a lot of amazing artists. Some people moved away into other cities. Some people went to jail. I've been arrested for it. And now that Hamilton's the new art city, they're starting to open up to it a little more. But it's basically, we've been putting in a lot of work to kind of get it more acceptable, doing big productions. People are loving it, and now the city's starting to open their eyes a bit. It's a good creative outlet. Like, you know, I own a bar in Hess Village. I run a charity in Cuba. Like, I bring skateboards down there. I bring actually a lot of art supplies down there and help people down there as well as work with the Cuban government building a skateboard park. I got my hands on a lot of things, but this is one thing that just kind of, you know, allows me to kind of express myself. So I'll always do it.
This past Friday, artists from around Hamilton gathered at the McNabb Presbyterian Church to participate in the Battle of the Brushes. The third annual competition was held by the local art studio Recreate. Recreate provides support for underprivileged youth by connecting them to Hamilton's community through creative arts.
Recreate is a drop-in art studio for youth in downtown Hamilton. We offer free drop-in arts programming 3 times a week. Like any good nonprofit work, it needs funding. And so this Friday we are hosting an event called Battle of the Brushes. It's our 3rd annual event. The entry fee is a donation to Recreate, so it's a nice way for us to fundraise but also support local artists and kind of generate some nice creative energy.
Friday's live painting competition featured 14 local artists, including some of the youth from Recreate, competing for the top prize. Each artist had 30 minutes to complete their piece, so concentration was key. Gray Grant took up art after joining Recreate over a year ago and competed in the Battle of the Brushes for the 2nd time.
I actually participated last year as well, and so I'm going on the same kind of reason. I really love supporting this kind of community, and I've been active in it for over a year now. I also just really like the competition. I'm a little bit competitive, but yeah, it's a challenge too. It's a really out-of-the-box kind of challenge that I don't often do.
The packed event ended with a silent auction to raise money for Recreate's James Street North studio, making the 3rd annual Battle of the Brushes a great success. Reporting for Mohawk College Journalism, I'm Laura Sebin.
Namaste.
Em, what are you doing?
I'm obviously doing yoga, Sam.
Isn't this kind of a weird spot for that?
No, not really. I'm just practicing my moves from Yoga Fest. Take a look.
Mohawk College welcomed Yoga Fest, a place where students could enjoy various vendors, vegan food, and free yoga classes. Vendors sold glass bracelets, clothes, bath bombs, henna, and more. Co-founders say that Yoga Fest is a great place to meet new people and share new experiences.
Well, I guess Yoga Fest, in a nutshell, is an organization that inspires yoga and mindful living in the community. We have yoga classes happening all day. We have workshops. We have lots of different vendors, from jewelry to massage, wellness coaches. It's just it's a community gathering, and it really is in the spirit of spreading more awareness of yoga and conscious living in the community, because it's about time that we all wake up, you know?
Yoga Fest is just about bringing the people together that feel drawn to it, but basically people who care to enhance themselves to be a higher version of who they are, people who actually care about the overall well-being of themselves and those around them, and people who care to try and make this world a better place, in my opinion.
Yoga Fest to me is inclusive, it's acceptance. It's a place where all people can come together and allow themselves to express themselves and what that means to them. So I like to think of it as an open community. As you can see today, we like to inspire movement, but it's beyond movement. We like to inspire truth from people and bring out local businesses. So a lot of support of the local community, and that's what we are.
Owner of De La Soul Yoga Studio hopes people will learn to express themselves in a free, positive manner.
I think Yoga Fest is meant to be just a celebration, a place to let go, a place to find freedom and fun and express creativity and movement and to connect and to heal. And I think they've certainly succeeded today, and the weather has helped.
Co-founders believe that Yoga Fest had been a success. For Mohawk College Journalism, I'm Celeste Boxall.
As a student at Mohawk College, attending nighttime classes can put some on the edge about getting home safe from school. But with the new Walk Smart program, those worries are a thing of the past.
Walk Smart is a free service provided here at the Fennel campus, and it's provided to all students, staff, and faculty, anybody that's here. It's a volunteer run by the students, and they walk you to your car or to the bus or anywhere in the close proximity. If it's off campus, if you live close by, we'll walk you to your home safely after dark.
As the sun begins to set, students can feel relaxed knowing they're in good hands.
I think it's a really good idea because there are a lot of people who feel a little unsafe walking after dark, and it's always nice to have someone to, just for support or to look out for you. And it's also nice to have someone to talk to, and so you don't feel as lonely when you're walking by yourself in the middle of the night.
So Walk Smart is basically we need to make sure the security of people on the campus. If someone is lost, we need to find a home for them or accompany them to the parking if they are not feeling safe. So it's basically from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. we need to walk in the college and see if there's someone in need of help.
We hear about incidences at other campuses, at our other post-secondaries across Canada. So I think that in response to making sure everybody's safe, particularly females at the time, because they were seeming to be targeted at other campuses, at other schools, it was in response to making sure that everybody's safe.
On Facebook, we have our own page, Walk Smart Volunteer. So if you like that page, you'll see that all our activities, we are so good in updating it up. So every time you volunteer, it would be on there and people will know you and you'll enjoy it.
The Walk Smart program starts the week of September 22nd. For Mohawk College Journalism, I'm Dylan Veenhoff.
Almost 2 years ago marks the inception of Mohawk College's drone aviation classes, where television broadcast and creative photography students are taught the ins and outs of 6-axis quadcopters. But the cutting-edge technology might be sharper than you think. It was right here in the DeBark Gymnasium where a television student lost control of his drone during class. That's when Professor Brian Woolridge stepped in to control the situation.
One of the students, while flying, we had an incident and it crashed into the wall and landed on the ground. And as I attempted to pick it up, right it, and get it under control, it flipped over and cut my arm, so I had to have some stitches put on my arm. The drone will still fly, surprisingly. One of the props was broken, but we have extras. And presently the camera's not working, so we're going to send it out to be assessed to see if it's just a broken wire or if the camera needs to be replaced.
Although there was damages to both a professor and equipment, the second-year students present for the accident say that they didn't feel that they were in danger.
What I ended up seeing was the drone had flown too far back and it hit the wall. Other than that, I just remember it falling and then Brian picking it up, making sure it didn't go out of control. I felt like he handled the event really responsibly. I didn't feel like I was in any danger at all.
Associate Dean of Media and Entertainment Kurt Mueller reassured that student safety is top priority and that equipment damage isn't as rare as you'd think.
Well, we have a budget for equipment. We have a budget for equipment maintenance. It's not unusual for equipment to be damaged. That happens all the time. Students drop a camera, for example. So that's something that's really not unusual. It happens almost not weekly, then at least monthly. There are already significant safety precautions underway. It was just an unfortunate accident that it just happened.
For Mohawk College Journalism, I'm Sam Haupt.
Ouch, that looks like it hurts.
Yeah, and it sucks about that drone as well. Brian actually estimates that the repairs will be between $20 and $600, depending on if that camera needs replacing. But in lighter news, Ancaster Fair just happened. Let's take a look at that.
The Ancaster Fair has been an integral part of Hamilton's history for 167 years now, and it's still going strong with food, rides, and fun for the entire family. During the day, fairgoers can enjoy food and games. However, most of the festivities are a build-up to the Demolition Derby at night.
You're going to want to be there because it actually, all the Demolition Derbies from Thursday and last night will compete to finish for the grand champion tonight.
The small arena was overflowing with people looking to catch the final Demolition Derby of this year. And they certainly weren't disappointed when some of the competitors went up in smoke. And fairgoers certainly weren't going hungry, with plenty of food options ranging from popcorn, cotton candy, and French fries.
Tomorrow is basically a wind-down day, so it's just the midway that's going to be doing things. A lot of horse activity going on, the heavy horses and horse shows.
The fair continues on the 24th, so if you haven't had a chance to come down and check out the fair fun, you still can this weekend. For Mohawk College Journalism, I'm Evan McFedries.
Wow, I don't know what I want to do first at the fair.
I know. I want to go ride the Ferris wheel.
Maria, can I ride the Ferris wheel with you?
Yeah, let's go.
Anyways, that's all we have for you this week. For Ignite News from Mohawk College, I'm Emily Thompson.
And I'm Maria DeTeresa. See you next time.